Nerds at the Cool Table, episode 46, but our number 4 here at Sideshow. How's it going, guys?
What's
Amazing.
good?
We're back.
Feels good
What's
to be
up,
home.
fellas?
Yes, we're back at the great Sideshow.
Yeah.
Feels really good
Thank
to
you
be
guys
back.
for having us again.
I know it's a little late, but Happy New Year. This is our first episode of 2020.
It's a little late.
A little late. I'm not going to say it back.
We're going to review Curb Your Enthusiasm today. I'm not kidding. How you guys been?
Amazing.
Yeah?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
Good.
You guys excited to talk about what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah.
feel like we have so much to talk
We have
about.
so much to talk about. I know this is structured as like a this and this topic, but we have a lot of things to bring up, so it's going to be a good one.
Let's, well, before we really get into it, let's sort of talk about kind of the big thing that's kind of happened in the past 2 weeks. You want to kick it off about with the LA legend, our LA superhero?
Yes. Definitely lost, unfortunately, a handful of lives, 9 in a helicopter crash. It's not nerd comic book news, but I think it affects all of us as Angelinos and as people and as sports fans and as human beings. Losing the late great Kobe Bryant, Gianna Bryant, and many others. That it was
7 others.
7 others. It caught everyone so off guard.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
I mentioned the LA superhero because one of the biggest things people used to say is that you always saw Kobe living forever.
Yeah.
And I've called him a superhero, after this because he truly was. He's an athlete. I feel superhero, like athletes are the closest we get to real life superheroes in our lives and stuff. They're bigger than life. They're super strong and stuff like that. Our heroes are flawed, but they live forever. And so I feel like it's affected the city. It's affected a lot of us, especially all of us who grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
We were coming out in the 90s. We were just coming out of that era of Jordan. You know what I mean? We didn't grow up with, we were too young for Kareem. I was way too young for Kareem.
Yeah.
I feel like Kobe was our guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For us growing up in the 90s and stuff. So did you have anything to say?
No, it's just
Jazen?
just a tragedy. We lost like you said, we lost a superhero, and it felt like it's crazy to see how many people that he touched across so many different. It wasn't just athletes that were it was everybody worldwide. Like that Dubai presentation of him and his daughter on the largest building.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So, the outpouring of art and
all the girls.
it's been amazing. Yeah. Do you have anything to say, Julien?
I mean, you guys pretty much said it. It's been a sad, but it feels like a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, so
Wow.
it'll be a week. It'll be a
Week and a half.
Week and a half.
Week and a half.
It's just been like a sad
Yeah.
week and a half.
It definitely was tough to crawl out of that, and I noticed a lot of people it caught them. It probably hit closer than they ever thought it would.
Yeah. No, for sure.
And it definitely affected people. But the one thing I will say is, it feels like it sparked something in a lot of people. LA has never been known for our work ethic. We're known to be mellow and chill, and I think Kobe has contributed hard work to LA DNA.
Mamba mentality.
Mamba mentality.
exactly,
And you could see it in people. You could see that they're you tell yourself that when you have to go that extra mile. So I think that's his huge contribution to just the personality of the city.
It feels like that's been the one, for me, I feel like embracing that Mamba mentality feels like the only and best way to honor him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like you said,
Being the best version of yourself.
be the best version, first one in the gym, last one out, literally and metaphorically.
Honestly, that's why I was annoyed, but that's why the L that we took for the first game wasn't that bad, because you could see Damian Lillard that was how he chose
He
to
embraced
honor
that,
him.
yeah,
And
exactly.
just as a fan of basketball, it was okay, I get it.
Yeah.
That's how you show love to Kobe, is you play your heart out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, let's like I said, rest in peace, Kobe, Gigi, and the 7 others. Let's kind of move on to see what have we sort of been, since the New Year's started, what have we been watching, what have we been listening to, what have we been reading, what have you guys been doing? consuming.
It's a lot of pressure. I want to go first.
Okay. Jason.
Yeah, I've been. What did I want? I haven't been really watching much. I've been just like
Yeah.
I've been so like enthralled in work. But
Congrats.
one thing I did, thank you. One thing I did watch. Well, it's not even no.
No, you gotta say it now. You gotta say it now.
No, goodness gracious. Well, not what I watched, but what I'm like, which is definitely not me. If you've been following the show,
whatever it is, you don't want to say it.
No, I'm actually kind of catching myself kind of excited about Harley Quinn, which is strange enough.
Great show.
Yeah.
89% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay. Sorry.
So no.
You're talking about the
no.
cartoon?
It kind of
The
no.
cartoon?
It's a segue because
Yeah.
the cartoon was so good, and I forgot which one of you guys said it on the Slack. They said that it's like the cartoon.
I said it.
So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then.
I mean, hopefully there's some consistency in the DC imprint, and
Yeah.
if they put out a cartoon that caught everyone off guard, that made it to where we're like, oh wow, like this is actually really good,
Yeah.
and it's right coming behind the show. I mean, sorry, the movie. Then like it only makes sense that you would lead with what's working.
Yeah.
What did we just go see in theaters? Lowell?
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I was like. I couldn't remember the last
What's
one.
it-
I'm
premiere for
ashamed.
that?
I still haven't seen Bad Boys yet.
What's the premiere for that? It was
I've been a
fun.
bad movie watcher.
Martin
fun.
did his thing, you know.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty fun movie.
Yeah.
It was
I mean, do we need more Bad Boys? Yeah. Larry Davis.
yeah.
We got to get it though.
I feel like this is becoming a theme in my viewership mentality is stop. Like
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
No more sequels after 10
I'm a
years,
big
anything?
fan of like do what you intended to do.
Yeah.
And I think the model of this is working, this is making money, let's make more of them. It does nothing but hurt the story. I'm sure someone could think of like cases where a sequel that wasn't planned for worked. So don't.
Vin Diesel would like to have a word with you.
Listen, we can talk about it.
Oh,
Big
we're about
dog.
to segue to that.
We can talk about.
I gotta
it too.
talk about what I've been watching.
Right.
But I think for like I hope they don't try to force it. But I was really happy when I heard Watchmen's just one and done.
Yeah,
Me
that
too.
That was a
And
big piece
for
of
a
news,
different
yeah.
reason. For a different reason.
But you know what? I just read today that it might not be done.
What? See,
they're-
and
not
it's so
They're
forced.
backing up that Brinks truck to David Lindelof's house.
especially when the person who did it is like, I don't want to do more,
I have
and
nothing
they're
else to
like,
say,
there's
yeah.
more juice in this money wise. It's like we're about to take a turn, and it was just. Sometimes you just got to say goodbye. Like, just let it be a good thing. Good doesn't always mean I should have more.
That's one thing I like about British TV, is that like
It ends.
Yeah, it ends.
Yeah.
Like they have like 1 or 2 seasons and that's it.
Yeah.
Like look at the original Office. Obviously, the American version of the Office is like
Ran for
amazing.
1,000 years.
But like the original was like I think like 2 or 3 seasons and that was it. Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Sometimes that works.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need more.
Speaking of seasons with a lot, speaking of shows with a lot of seasons, I've actually been watching a lot of Golden Girls and Twilight Zone. So I'm an old lady this in 2020.
This is what you.
This is what I've been watching. Yeah, in the past month or so.
Have you guys noticed less binging?
Yes.
Are we
Yeah.
getting
Yes.
tired of binging?
Yes, actually. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting tired. There just hasn't been really anything that I've wanted to binge.
Well, one thing I'll say, and I'm not even going to talk about what shows and what, is I'm getting really annoyed at just watch it pressure. Like,
Yeah, 'cause it feels like homework.
It feels like homework, and it's
Yeah.
just because it's a topic. Like, just watch it because this is what we're watching. And then I'll go, well, is it good? And then I just watch it.
Yeah. I mean, that's something we're going to get into later when we talk about The Mandalorian, about
Yeah.
like
Like
why
it-
it worked as a weekly thing.
If
But, yeah,
if the Mandalorian was in a
a bit, all in one.
all-in-one, I definitely would have binged it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for
it's like
sure.
it's like Stranger Things. Look at Stranger Things. Like Stranger Things season 3 happened last year.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot about it. Like, I was like, it forces you into the conversation that you might not ready to have, kind of thing.
Well, I
Like,
think we've come to a point where streaming is normal.
Yeah,
It's,
for
it's
sure.
not like a cool new thing. It's just how we
Yeah.
watch television, and it's
Yeah.
been for a while.
It's gonna get even crazier
So, in what way? What do you mean?
because there's more and more and more streaming service coming.
But just as a dynamic, it's a thing that's how it's like we went from cable to streaming, and streaming was so new. and now streaming is what it is.
It's gonna balance.
You can
itself out.
add more.
Yeah, but it's
all
gonna
you
balance
want,
itself out with the weekly
but
drops kind of thing.
It's like adding cable channels. It's still cable.
Yeah.
So there could still be more content, but I think the allure of like, I can't believe I get to watch this whole thing is gone.
Yeah.
I think it's the norm now.
Yeah. That's why, like, for example, like, I've been watching, like, Golden Girls and Twilight Zone. It's one of those things where, like, I watch maybe 2 episodes at a time, a day. Just because it's there, but I don't want to sit and watch the entire first season of the Twilight Zone. It's, like, exhausting, you know? But you're right.
How would you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of stuff I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of, like, old documentaries and old 70s sci-fi thanks to the Criterion channel. Like, I just watched the THX 1138, which is like one of George Lucas's first movies. Amazing. I had never seen it. And I was like, you could see his sort of like his tone and style and stuff like that. Yeah. I saw When We Were Kings, that old like Ali documentary that came out in '96. It was like produced by Spike Lee.
I don't remember this.
It was about it focuses on what happened in the Rumble in the Jungle.
Okay.
Really well done documentary. I've been wanting to see it for ages.
That's on Criterion?
No, it's on HBO.
My dad was in that.
Was he in the
I was actually looking for your dad. I was watching it.
I look for your dad every time I see any of the people that he
I was looking
with.
for your dad in that. I was like, let me see if that's his dad, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of like, I've been sort of spreading my viewing habits around a little bit, you know, and just not to focus on one type of thing, you know, just to kind of not exhaust myself. But speaking of variety, let's talk about, let's have some thoughts on this Fast and the Furious 9 trailer, because we need to get into that. Thoughts, boys?
Julian, kick it off.
Julian, let's start it up. The Fast and Furious expert.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Now you guys know how much I love this. I'm so kidding. I don't love this series, but
Speak to your camera.
It's gotten wild. It's gotten wild. If you guys have seen the trailer, it's they're Tarzaning cars from mountain to mountain now.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
They got magnet planes now.
Which is the next logical step.
Of course.
I mean, yeah, until space.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Until they're pod racing.
You gotta be patient.
Pod racing.
Until they're pod racing.
Because once Ludacris gets access to X-Wings, it's over.
Yeah.
They're going to be pod racing.
I mean, Han is literally gonna fly the Millennium Falcon.
That happened. Yeah.
Wait, was it you that said Fast and the Furious is a prequel to
Chronicles of Riddick?
Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah, it's totally gonna be that. That's why they're gonna go to space in 10. They're gonna destroy the Earth.
They're
Vin Diesel's gonna be the only one
to
to
space
escape.
in 10. They have to go to space.
So Fast and Furious 10.
That makes sense more than Tokyo Drifted.
You know, so
Poor Bow Wow.
what's the director?
Justin Lin.
Justin Lin. Yeah. So I have a hypothesis on how this.
Watch you be right about this shit too. When it's
Oh,
not even
you're a
your
warlock
thing.
for everything.
It's not
Yeah.
even your thing.
Yeah.
So I just found out that 10 comes out. So 2020, this 9 comes out this year, and then the next one comes out next year. Like they probably just filmed it at the same time, probably. I think the way this one is going to end, it's going to end on a cliffhanger like Infinity War.
Oh yeah.
Like something is going to happen.
The Rock is gonna snap his fingers and kill everybody.
Yeah, and something is going to happen. And you know what? I guess who's going to be the villain in number 10? It's going to be Vin Diesel or what's Toretto? What's his character's name? I want to say
Dominic
Toretto.
Dominic. It's going to be Dominic Toretto's dad.
Oh my God, who's that gonna be?
I read
I
it.
don't
Arnold
know who's gonna be,
Schwarzenegger.
but that's
What are
exactly
you
what's
doing?
gonna
Oh my
happen.
God, that's a good
he's
Arnold
gonna-
Schwarzenegger.
What are
That's
you
literally
doing?
the. Oh my
He's
God.
gonna
Stallone,
come back for
suit
that
up.
big block. He's like, give me my car back.
Yeah.
He's not dead.
Stallone's
Because Vin
gonna suit
Diesel
up.
has collected all 5 Infinity Super Engines.
Infinity Super Engines.
You know what I love? You know what I still love about it? Because they even show it in the trailer when they show that they attach the rocket to the Pontiac.
Yeah.
They're still all car nerds. Like there's elements.
Debatable.
I mean, that's why I'm talking to you for this one, because like I feel like there's still like elements where they're like they pick a certain car or put a certain car in any of the movies so that a car nerd would be like, oh, they put that car in there or whatever.
It's difficult whenever it translates to screen because even like Fast and Furious 1 offended a lot of like street racers.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I do remember that.
It was
Yeah.
so over the top and so animated.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of guys in like that, and that was just the beginning. Like that was
when they were stealing VCR TV combos. Yeah.
Yo, I saw a tweet that said, "Man, I miss the days of Fast and Furious when they were just stealing VCRs.
It's true. They started off so small time, and now it's like James Bond status. They're still in like Russian military codes. Like,
it's gotten so crazy.
we're racing for pink slips.
Yeah,
Like,
I really liked the first one. That's the one I really enjoyed.
Even the second one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I said, don't talk about it, cuz.
Yeah.
that hurts.
But that's that's
hurts.
clearly like I've always said like I love that franchise because like I saw every one of those in theaters because that was a movie that we clearly grew up with at such an important time. Like most of us were like
20 years.
Middle school or high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like it's definitely when this series ends, it's definitely going to be like an end of an era. Like
For sure.
Your childhood is
Did you
ending.
see they closed Cha Cha Cha? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, for a while now,
Yeah.
but like it's a whole other building.
Well, you know what they did? By the way,
Man,
they
that was
actually
good.
have the sign of Cha 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 in the lobby of that building.
Oh, that's dope.
It's like they have the bones.
I love it. I love a good homage.
That food was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's gonna be Vin Diesel's
Yeah.
dad. It's easy.
But the
But
Arnold Schwarzenegger casting, I didn't even think about that.
I'm
That'd
telling
be
you, man,
genius.
at the end of this movie, Han's dad's going to come out. It's going to be Jackie Chan, and he's going to be pissed.
Donnie Yen.
No, it's going to be Jackie
It's
Chan.
gonna be Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Donnie Yen's too busy.
Then it's gonna be like a prequel to the Expendables.
This is making my head
I
hurt.
just love how like there's been no mention of John Cena as a brother, even though what's funny, none in any.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only
Talk
his
about his
dad.
brother.
So that's why his dad wouldn't be surprising, but his brother coming in is surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? If you shave John Cena's head, he kind of does look like they could be related a little bit.
Oh my God, I can see that.
They
They're going to CGI that picture of them when they have bald
almost
heads.
Slightly do.
And we're never going to unsee it.
I like this conversation.
Yeah.
It's taking a weird turn.
Yeah.
I definitely have a theory of how Fast and Furious links to Baby Boy though.
All right.
Ooh, never. Save that for the Slack. Somebody already clicked off the show. Ooh, not
right.
today.
So we're excited for that. We're excited for that. No, we're excited for F9. We're all gonna see it. Julian's gonna have his thoughts on it, and if Julian called it with his dad, then he's a warlock for sure.
Remember this. Remember this.
I wish you
time.
could.
I'm
I wish you
telling
could gamble in Vegas about like
You probably can't.
castings.
Movie.
Oh, you
Probably
definitely can. You can
probably
gamble for
You
the
can.
Oscars.
You can.
Yo,
Somebody.
we should cut that out. Edit that out. We might be able to do something with that. We might have a little pool going and create it. All right.
All right, let's move on.
Ignore it. Pretend I never said that.
We never said that. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to our main sort of topic and world that we're going to talk about. But before we do, I want to drop like a little Clone Wars tidbit. And we talked about Kobe earlier in the episode. An interesting thing: Kobe Bryant actually has a droid named after him in the Clone Wars, which is a female tactical droid named K2B4, which is after his number. It's a purple and gold droid, and who kind of resides on a purple and gold prison planet, and that's on I forgot what episodes. I think season 3.
I want to see this.
Yeah, I think I might have put it on the Slack, but I think it's season 3.
did.
He did.
Yeah, it's in season 3. It's like a 3-episode arc, and I found that kind of cool. Like, I mean, it links what we're gonna talk about today with also what we talked about earlier. So,
Shout out to Star Wars.
shout out to Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Mamba. All right, let's first jump into the final chapter. Speaking of final chapters, like we were talking about F9, let's talk about
A lot of final chapters.
A lot of final chapters. The final chapter of the Skywalker saga, the episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. What did you guys think?
How many times did you guys see it?
I had the screener, so I saw it like 11.
I saw it twice. I
saw it twice.
I saw it twice in theaters.
Once.
Oh, okay. Start this off, Youssef, since you were the last person to see it.
Yeah. If you can remember.
With the worst memory.
Yeah, if you can remember.
Someone else started.
Okay.
That was a good little revenge for Fast and the Furious.
Okay, I'll kick it off. As a lifelong Star Wars fan.
This is a much better beginning.
Yeah, as a lifelong Star Wars fan, as somebody who enjoys even the bad stuff, prequels, some of the prequels, I found this movie very entertaining, but
That
I
should
did
be
not.
part of like David's sub bio. Someone who enjoys even the bad stuff.
I have to. A lot of work went into it. I enjoyed it a lot when I watched it, but after I left the theater and I started thinking about it more, I realized I didn't like it all that much.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I felt like it was such a... First of all, like, it was cut super fast. It was one of those things like in the first half hour, I was like, what the fuck is going on? They were going to different planets, like all these different things were happening, and I was exhausted halfway through the movie.
Okay.
I felt like, and I feel like it's been said across the internet, but I kind of felt that when I saw it, was that it felt like JJ was trying to course correct what Rian Johnson did.
Course correct. He was trying to obliterate
Yeah.
anything.
He was trying to hit the undo button on
Retcon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Exactly.
And despite how talented JJ is, it looked really messy.
Yeah.
And I realized like there were so many things and like little like loose ends that I didn't feel were answered. And so that's why after I had watched the movie, I was like, wait, I was asking all these different questions that I didn't see myself asking at the end of The Last Jedi. At the end of The Last Jedi, it was more so like, I'm excited to where this ended. I'm excited to where it's going to go now. With this one, I was just like, but wait, why did they do that?
Yeah.
Or why did this happen? That said, like I said, I enjoyed it a lot. I was excited watching the movie. I was excited to see all the ships and all the just different points in the movie, you know? Yeah, those are kind of like my overall thoughts on it. And like, I think we said this when we reviewed The Last Jedi on the show. Kylo Ren is like the best character of the Star Wars series. I feel like mainly because of Adam Driver, how he brought that in. But Kylo Ren is like my favorite character overall of this whole series. So what did you think, Julian?
I'm kind of with you about the pacing of the movie. It was really fast.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was kind of already over Star Wars. But so going into this, I was just like, all right, let's see how this ends.
Yeah.
I was okay with it. I was fine with it. I feel like some stuff was kind of predictable, especially once I heard the Emperor was in it. I kind of already felt like I knew. I was like, oh, Rey's gonna definitely be related to the Emperor, which is what ended up having spoilers. For anybody
It's
who
like
hasn't seen
2
it.
months. 2 months.
For anybody who
Goes without
hasn't
saying,
seen it, but I kind of saw that one coming. Pacing was fast. Kylo Ren was the best character in this movie. I did not, and I didn't like him in Last Jedi.
You did? I liked him in The Last Jedi.
I thought he was so like
whiny.
Yeah, really.
He had a lot of like crybaby features that it did get a little bit annoying. But that's me not liking that character's personality while still liking the character. Because I like the actor. And
but I feel like that's just how they wrote him in that second one. I wasn't enjoying it. He was real whiny and just, I don't know. He came out very like cartoon villainy in the second one to me.
Okay.
Little daddy issues.
Yeah, but this third one, I liked how his arc went. Actually, I think I might have called, I don't know. But
he was going to go to the light side?
Yeah, I felt like I remember saying he was going to he's going to come to light and then he's going to die.
Okay.
Spoilers.
You probably did. You probably did call it. Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah, but I wish Chewbacca, for some reason, I wish they could have did a little more with Chewbacca, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I have thoughts on that. Like, I mean, I want to get into those thoughts.
And
on that,
why does R2D2 always get the shaft in this movie? I feel like he's always in the back. In the back with like a blanket over him. They're like, oh, we got new droids. Hide him. Hide that guy.
Yeah, they played R2 a couple times.
Yeah,
like through the whole series.
Yeah.
He always has a tarp over him.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
he's running low on batteries.
for the entire time.
Jason, what do you think? Since you watched it 11 times.
What did you think about each scene? Go in order.
I mean, there were some things I would have thought would have made it a little cooler. Like when all the Force Ghosts were talking to Rey, they could have probably shown
the Force Ghosts. Yeah,
everyone.
I wanted to see that.
That would have been a really dope payoff.
Yeah.
I think missed opportunity, but you get what you get what you get. I knew she was a Palpatine. I think I said that on when we were talking about it.
It was
So,
it was definitely like a running theory for a lot. Yeah.
So that was cool. Further confirms my central thesis of the show is that anger lies deep within not getting ASS. And that lets you know that Kylo Ren was pissed off because the whole series. And at the end of it, like, oh, okay, I get it. So he's like, you just needed a kiss.
He even smiled.
Like, you just needed a kiss. Okay, cool. That's totally
Villains
fine.
just need some love.
Yeah, you know, like that.
Hug a villain.
Hug a villain.
Save the world.
Hug your local villain.
Hug your local villain.
How did you guys feel about how they handled Leia in this movie?
You know what?
Best you could do with that.
Yeah, it's the best they could have done.
best you could do, man.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because I feel like I think I might have said this in the Slack. I feel like this movie, the things that made it suffer were the things that I feel like had a lot to do with her passing before the movie, and I feel like it's the same things that sort of hurt. Speaking of another franchise, I think it hurt The Dark Knight Rises, for example, because Heath Ledger had passed away for The Dark Knight after Dark, and a lot of his arc was going to end at Dark Knight Rises. So they had to shift it around. And I feel like this one, Leia's passing, or like Carrie Fisher's passing, rest in peace, affected how the story was going to
You
evolve.
think it kind of derailed the narrative?
Yeah, because I
of her
feel like
story?
from what I had read or what I assume or whatever, that each sequel film was going to center around one of the OGs. So like the first one was going to be about Han Solo, the second one Luke Skywalker, and the third one it was going to be her. She was definitely going to pass away, her character in the third one, but they could have done so much more with her character if she would have been alive. You know what I mean?
My thing about so Han Solo.
Han Solo.
How is he a Force ghost?
He wasn't a Force
He
ghost.
wasn't.
Well, he was just a ghost.
No, he was just
He was
a ghost in his mind.
Yeah, he was just a memory.
He was a
more so.
memory. That's why I said I replayed it in my memory.
That was actually my next.
Oh, he was a ghost.
That was,
That was funny.
that was
He was a
actually
spooky ghost.
That was actually my next question. Is how did you guys feel about how they handled Han?
Okay, so that was one. So I did tear up through this movie.
That was one of
teared
my.
that made me tear up a little bit.
My
Yeah,
favorite scenes. Of the movie. I like that.
but I definitely feel that scene was originally going to be planned for Leia. Like it just, I have that feeling that it was going to be for Leia.
Yeah.
Like that she was going to do the same thing Luke did in The Last Jedi and transport her consciousness to across the galaxy, and that's what's going to make her pass away, kind of thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed how they handled that.
But yeah, they handled it really well, given the circumstances.
Yes. Big gripe.
Yes, right. Gripe. I like gripes.
What was John Boyega's mission in this whole trilogy?
Yelling Rey.
And not saying that he loved her, because I'm guessing that's what he needed to tell her the entire time.
Or he was Force sensitive. I think he was going to tell her he was Force sensitive too, or something like that.
No, you know,
maybe that he doesn't love her.
That's what I think. I think he said that because he might have tweeted about it.
Yeah, because he was in the friend zone off top.
Yeah.
If my man's couldn't tell,
Yeah.
Oh, he could tell.
Yeah.
He could definitely tell.
Somebody pull that man aside.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, bro.
Hey, he definitely had more chemistry with that girl Jana, the stormtrooper, the one that
That at the end too.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. So apparently on David's favorite site, Reddit, they were saying that she's Lando's daughter, and that's why he at the end there was that confusing moment where he was like, "Let's go find out who your father
Honestly,
is."
you know what?
Random girl
To be completely honest,
hop in my spaceship. You don't know me though.
yeah. To be completely honest, when I first saw that, I was like, "Oh man, Lando's being a player even in his old age." You know, I thought he was just throwing.
I was so confused by that.
I thought he was
scene.
flirting.
First of all, it's not on you, it's in you. That's not going anywhere. Listen, that player shit is always going to be there. I don't care if
He's
you're
hitting with
1,000
that
years
classic
old.
70s.
Yeah, he was very Cadillac about it. He really got at her like on some. on some
No, like when I saw it twice, the first time I saw it, I was like, is he like hitting on her?
I'm telling you, that's what.
we all got that uncle that's just like a little.
You got to see the upholstery.
Oh, that's your friend?
in the Falcon.
And then the second time I saw it, I was like,
rugs.
oh, it's like a mother or father-daughter connection thing going on.
Yeah, that's some stuff they didn't
Old
even
player
get to
shit.
explain.
And that's the thing too. It's like they didn't. Also with him, like they didn't do much with Lando. It was just like, hey, look, it's Lando, and that was it. It was like, oh, he brought everybody back, and that's it. Like I wish they would have shown more with him. Like if they were gonna bring him back, really bring him back and show have him do something. But back to your point about John Boyega's character Finn, I feel like what they could have done with him is that because he was. The whole point of him in The Last Jedi was him finally deciding to be a rebel, right? Being part of the rebellion. I feel like with him discovering this new tribe of stormtroopers, former stormtroopers, that could have been him kind of leading a new resistance and adding to the rebellion or whatever, and kind of being the leader of this rebellion, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they could have done so much more with that instead of just showing hey, we're running on top of the ship. There could have been a bigger moment with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's another thing I was going to ask, but it's going to connect into the Mandalorian. That new Force power. I hated that.
Oh, the force healing.
The healing.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
By the way, I know we're going to talk about this
There's
later,
no
but
precedent.
you notice the company synergy in that? The episode that aired, I think right before the Rise of Skywalker,
Yeah.
showed Baby Yoda or
Healing.
the child healing. What's his name? Carl Weathers' character.
Yeah.
So they kind of set it up for us so that when we saw it in Rise of Skywalker, we're like,
It felt out of place.
Yeah.
Thought I played both times.
Yeah, I was like, wait, where did this new power come from?
but to sort of be fair with that, I feel like it kind of makes sense that she would know it because she's been studying these books, like the sacred Jedi text. So
Yeah.
she's been nerding out, reading all of this stuff. She's like, oh, let me try this, let me try that. So they set it up so that it wasn't so out of the ordinary. She's like, oh, she's just been studying this. You know what I mean?
You know
that's
what's funny?
how I saw it.
Thinking about all that force healing, Luke just let his pop die.
He didn't read the text.
He didn't have the text.
He didn't read the book. Yeah, he didn't read the book. Yeah.
I can save you, but
He didn't have the text.
Yeah.
That's why reading is fundamental.
What I was gonna we went to you. Did we go to you to say your overall thoughts?
I chimed in enough. I liked it. I didn't. I've been very grain of salt with a lot of these Star Wars films. It's like allow myself to be entertained, not comb through them with a fine tooth comb.
Right.
And I definitely like Adam Driver's character. I definitely agree that he was a little bit annoying in the previous one. But Kylo's arc is always fun.
Yeah.
Their relationship was fun. I really loved like the not interdimensional, but like the interplay between their locations.
Yeah.
How like things were leaking and falling onto other locations. I thought that was shot.
Oh
really.
yeah, when they were doing that Force time. The Force FaceTime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Force FaceTime. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
That
how
was
those
that was
were
one
shot.
of the that's one of the coolest
FaceTime.
additions to this whole sequel. It's like that whole
That dynamic.
Yeah.
I love how it was shot where like water would fall
Yeah.
if she was somewhere or like.
and that's how he was able to find out where she was. Kinda.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
And like
that.
when she knocked over the helmet,
Yeah.
and he was like, she's in my quarters.
Yeah.
And then the transporting of the lightsaber from hand to hand, like stuff like that, just like edit and visually, I thought it was really pleasing.
Yeah.
You imagine having like a girlfriend and she
Listen,
has the same power
that's
as
a
you.
whole, that's
Where you at?
again. This could go a weird direction, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
A bar drink falls.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like I'm at home.
You not at Youssef's house. You at the club. You at high.
Why does it smell like cranberry juice?
What's that smoke smell? Are you at the hookah spot?
So funny. Yeah, so visually that was fun. Again, I think we have a hard time with such big, complicated universes because so many things have to be true at the same time. And so many things have to line up at the same time. And I think we underestimate how hard that is to do, to create like a through line of synergy throughout a million story arcs.
Yeah.
And especially with Star Wars, with all canon matching, we're talking about years of movies. We're talking about shows, books, like everything's supposed to line up.
I did read, I mean, it could be a rumor, but like that Rian Johnson really did, for The Last Jedi, he really did interact with the Lucasfilm story group, which are the people that keep the canon, and he was going back and forth with them.
Yeah.
And for this one, JJ didn't talk with the story group or the Lucasfilm. So like,
they all work out of the same place, right?
yeah, but like there is like a whole like team that handles all the canon.
Yeah.
So like if you're writing it, you're kind of going back and forth with these people.
Got you.
And this is, like I said, this could be a rumor, but supposedly they said that JJ and Chris Terrio, who wrote it, didn't.
They
They weren't having that
messing with
interaction.
them.
So it could kind of, you could see it in the thing. Like I said, could be a rumor.
Yeah.
Hope it wasn't. But yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was.
Solid movie.
Yeah.
Did I regret watching it? No.
No,
it's
not
great.
at all. Let's talk about that like really very brief moment of when Kylo Ren finally goes to the light side and we see Ben Solo fight for the best for the first time, which by the way is like my favorite like few minutes of that film because like after rewatching it the second time and seeing all like the GIFs online and the memes and stuff, you see that he's really like Han Solo's son by just the way he moves, by his like attitude, without saying a word, by the way. What did you guys think of that moment when we saw him finally go to the light side?
you know how many like I saw so many like little videos of him doing the shrug.
The shrug.
I saw so many people.
It was so good. Yeah.
Their own version.
Yeah. Oh
of it.
yeah. That was lame. I saw that. Yeah.
saw,
It was like a challenge or something.
Yeah, it was like a Kylo shrug challenge going on. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But that scene was dope.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed the shrug. I thought that was actually a part of that. Like,
The shrug was great. No, I love the shrug because but it said so much like of the character, like attitude, just like the way he is, and like I saw somebody put it next to a shot from the Return of the Jedi when Han like goes like this and shrugs, and how like they kind of have the same attitude to it. Yeah, I love.
But you know what also that scene makes me think of is how pointless the Knights of Ren.
They were just like Boba Fett, made to look cool. Just made to look cool.
They did absolutely
Aesthetic
nothing.
purposes
That
only.
was his friends that came to jam in his garage band.
Yeah. They should have an asterisk next to them, like see the comics to see how cool they really are. Because there is a series that just like I think started with the Knights of Ren or whatever. It shows like
they were just so pointless.
Yeah. What are some moments that you said Chewbacca? Did you say Chewbacca or something?
I did.
You said Chewbacca.
Wish he would have more to do.
So that's a moment that I actually wanted
The
to
fake out death, I didn't like it.
I really thought like the moment that it looked like he had passed or like he had died, that it had blown up the ship. I was like, oh, they're really going for it. I really thought he was gonna stay dead.
Yeah.
But then when they showed he's alive, I was like, it just kind of ruined it for me a little bit. Like I kind of wish
So
they
you
would.
wanted him to die.
David wanted Chewbacca to die. Everyone out there.
Everyone-
David
For
wanted
the
Chewbacca
sake,
to
for
die.
the sake of
David
the story,
wanted Chewbacca
for the
to die.
sake of the story.
Please direct all hate mail directly
I
to
just thought that
David
it was kind
at
of pointless.
Wash my hands.
Table
That was-
Pop.
It was pointless.
It was pointless.
Yeah, like if he would have died, like it would have added so much weight to it. It would have really made Rey sort of go like, oh, am I really this person? It would have added to that whole like narrative of it.
They should have just showed him getting captured, because if he would have died, we wouldn't have got that one scene I did enjoy where he got the
The knife?
no the
This ain't the Ashanti dagger.
Oh, his medal.
the medal. Yeah.
Okay, that
I liked the medal.
He got his medal, tie a bow on it, man. Let the Wookiee win, bro. Let the Wookiee win.
I liked the medal.
Yeah.
Scene. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and also how are they gonna explain him walking around Disneyland?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. It's like, did you die?
You die. Any other thoughts on the Rise of Skywalker? I mean, I feel like there is so much in that movie that we haven't even touched, like even the Emperor, like the whole Emperor coming back. Like,
I mean, he hammed it up just enough.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
It was good. And
he's
it-
great. The
yeah,
actor's
the
great,
actor's
but
great.
I
Yeah,
just
he
thought
was-
that it was just so.
I-
They didn't explain anything.
No, I don't even want to.
Yeah.
I don't want them to.
No, he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
He's-
long
he's
has my
back.
man been old for, though?
Right.
The Emperor was old in the 70s.
Well, he was. There was somebody posted a photo of him and Mark Hamill in like the 80s, I think, around the Return of the Jedi. He was 38
What?
during Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I mean, he had prosthetics on him.
Yeah. He did have prosthetics. By the way, one of the funniest things that I saw after the movie came out is everybody wondering like if the Emperor was really like going around and like having children with the way he looked, like already kind of old. Like when did that happen?
Listen,
That people
man.
forget this man had box seats at the opera on Coruscant while he was still looking like a normal human being.
Yeah, I mean, he's the Emperor, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
He's an emperor.
But
Yeah.
wasn't there?
ugly billionaires bagged
I
him.
don't want to get into all this deep Star Wars lore stuff
Yeah,
right now, but
but do
wasn't there
This is a Star Wars episode.
like yeah, but,
Yeah, I guess. Go ahead.
but wasn't it like supposedly that the Emperor birthed Anakin, like he made him from
They
thought or
I think
That was like a
I haven't
thing.
read the comic, but I've only read like the reviews of it. But there's a comic where it explains that he just kind of manipulated the midichlorians. He didn't really like.
yeah, that's what I mean.
but like he's not like his actual father. Or
but
whatever.
yeah, but he because he was talking about dark.
Yeah, Plagueis.
Plagueis. He
Yeah.
had the power to create life.
Oh, yeah.
and-
By the way, never a mention of Darth Plagueis.
No, Darth Plagueis. Yeah.
He's there, but like,
Yeah.
he's like Wilson from Home Improvement. We're just never going to see him.
well, I mean,
never
supposedly
gonna-
supposedly he was killed by the Emperor.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that was it.
Yeah. And they really showed like that. What I almost forgot about the name of it. What's his name? Snoke. was like literally sitting in a jar.
Yeah, it's-
like he
Yeah,
was growing
it
in a
was a
jar.
bunch of Snokes. Like they had like grow a Snoke.
Yeah,
So it wasn't
grow a
even-
Snoke. Yeah,
It wasn't even cool.
They did
Grow a
because they were like
build,
all
build,
like
build a Snoke.
like sardines.
Build a
Yeah.
Snoke.
Build a Snoke.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So how long do you think? How long of a Star Wars? When's the next time you guys want a Star Wars movie to come out?
Well, they did say it said 2022 or 2023. I think that's when they said the next one. But I think like they're gonna focus on the TV shows now, from what it seems like.
Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is,
perfect.
Which is what we should focus on.
Yeah, exactly. Let's let's talk about the real savior. So luckily, even with this sort of very conflicting, very divisive episode 9, one emerged as the true New Hope, Baby Yoda, or officially known as the Child,
Mandalorian.
in The Mandalorian.
Yes.
What a surprise.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a surprise.
Honestly,
we knew that was gonna be.
we
hot.
were looking forward to it.
Man.
We had high expectations.
Yeah.
But I did not expect it to be one of those things where I felt like a kid getting like watching this show every Friday morning.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Like what
Yeah.
did you guys think? What did you think, Jason?
I mean, just a quick plug for the Child. If you guys are watching this,
Yes.
Sideshow has a life-size collectible of the Child, which you can pre-order right now.
Wish he was right here by us.
We wish
I
he
know,
was here
we
with
wish
us.
we had the Child,
He's
but-
not, but he is in the building somewhere.
It's in the
Somewhere
best interest
here.
of the child's safety to not have it presented to us at
Yeah.
this time.
But you never know.
There's definitely going to be a child napping.
Because if there is a gauge for how good of a person is how well they treat the child.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, the series was I was watching it at like midnight when it dropped because
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
that's like
Same.
Yeah.
you look forward to it
And
because
there hasn't been a show like that where I'm like,
yeah.
did it come on yet?
Yeah.
Appointment television. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, aside from a streaming show.
Yes.
Because, like, we had Game of Thrones and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But, like, this was, like, the first streaming show. Because there's been streaming shows that drop weekly. It's not original.
No.
But this was one that I'm like, I'm going to watch it at midnight or in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're right.
The original part was that I cared. that
Yeah,
it dropped.
exactly. Yeah. You didn't just be like, oh, I'll wait.
You know
8
what else
weeks.
we cared about? Titans.
Yes, we did. We did care about that.
Cared about
Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah. Titans
Yeah, we
was one
did.
that, yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah. We were having a joyous moment.
We're having a good day.
We're talking about a Star Wars show
I know, I know.
that we cared about.
We cared about
2019.
Titans for a moment.
Yeah. No, we still
I thought
do.
we were going to leave 2019.
That totally derailed the conversation. No.
Mood.
But yeah, back to
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I thought it was a brilliant series. Obviously, it was my number one when we were going over our top.
Yeah.
Our, and I still stood.
And
by
it hadn't even finished. Yeah.
hadn't finished. I was
It hadn't
like,
finished.
I was like, I don't care. I don't think
Yeah.
anything is gonna top. Because I kept raising the stakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every episode, you're just like, all right, who's gonna be next?
Well, the thing about that is that I really enjoyed is that there was something unique about the show, and this is the reason why I feel like we cared about it in a different way.
Okay.
Was that it wasn't as serialized as all the other shows that we watch. Each episode was very self-contained. It was like almost like mission of the week,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
maybe the first 3 episodes had that arc, and then it went like I think episode 4, 5. And 6, I think, were all sort of like individually contained. Like the one where he goes on the mission with all the other like to rescue that prisoner.
One of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
cool one. So I feel like that's what was unique about it. Some people complained about it. Some people were like, oh, I don't want to know about episode of the week. But I feel like
I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It felt very classic, very
Yeah.
classic TV that we've been so used to serialized television where
Yeah.
like you have to watch this episode for this. This one felt like, oh, this is a new adventure for
Yeah,
today.
a lot of
and that's it.
standalones.
Yeah.
And there was very good through lines. But
Yeah, for sure.
At the same time, it was
Yeah.
like, oh, save this planet. Oh, rescue the Prison Break one was probably my favorite
Yeah.
episode.
yeah,
This is the one with Bill Burr, which is
Yeah, with Bill
he was
Burr.
really good at it.
Which
Yeah.
I was really
Everyone.
surprised. Aside from some like awkward movement, he did a great job.
Yeah.
And I was worried that because I'm such a Bill Burr fan as a comedian, that it was going to take me out of it instantly. And I think he did a great
he
job.
fits in the Star Wars universe really well.
Because he
Yeah.
was still Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was still like an asshole who was funny and snarky.
Yeah.
And he was like racist towards Gungans.
Yeah,
like,
well, it all fits.
That
Like,
was
it
so
all,
weird.
It all makes
Yeah.
sense.
yeah. Everybody bodied it. Gina Carano was really dope as
Yeah.
Cara
She was
Dune,
amazing.
Like, and
Oh,
I
man.
have a Gina Carano.
Yeah.
Never mind. But
Focus.
yeah.
yeah, but, she was super dope. You know, you got to see. Man, you know who was one of my favorites? Who had like a really dope character arc? It's Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I was
it's such a pleasure to see him in something like this. I mean, he's so great.
Baby, do the magical hand thing.
While he was drunk during that. He was like drinking that. What was it? Gazpacho? What was the name of it or something?
He's such a Spotchka.
That was a good impression.
Yeah,
He's such a nostalgic figure to all of us. And I think it was so like, it's like, you know, watching a family member in a show.
Yeah.
Like,
for real.
He's like, he's gonna eat me.
yeah.
Julian, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. It had this very westerny, like,
Samurai too.
yeah, it's westerny samurai
Yeah.
feel to it. I thought it was really dope, and like you said, it was just like after watching that and then going to see Rise of Skywalker, I was just like, man, this is just so much better.
Yeah.
And it had that old school Star Wars feel more so than any of the new movies.
But you know, I think I said this literally like after the first episode. I must have texted it to you guys where like this is I was a huge fan of like extended universe stuff when I was younger, like Shadows of the Empire, all that kind of stuff. This was the first piece of Star Wars media since they kind of like wiped the canon clean that felt like that old extended universe stuff. Like I was like, I could have read this as a comic book or as like a book series or something. So yeah, that's what I really liked about it. It reminded me of that. It made me feel that. And without feeling like, oh, I'm beholden to the past. It's more like this is a new step forward. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The Pedro Pascal.
Well,
I thought he's
dope, man.
Bodied it.
Yeah.
Really
Bodied
good.
it. And you know what's so cool is that they gave us a little glimpse of his face, and I think we'll probably never see it again in the rest of the
I feel like we're gonna see it once every season.
Yeah.
like
one
episode
time,
every season.
like a glance.
You know what's funny is like when they finally showed his face, I was like, well, yep.
That's Pedro Pascal.
That's Pedro Pascal.
Thanks for the confirmation.
Thank you.
I feel like people were expecting him to have like a scar, something
I
with his
think
hair.
some
Yeah.
weird.
It was just like him from Narcos.
Yeah, I was just like,
He just stepped off the set and just put this on. Take it off.
I think I love
Great helmet hair.
payoffs. Like I love when a show is stubborn, and I think it was very cool, like how stubborn they were about the helmet. And I feel like people expected way more payoffs of like, you know, you hire a premier actor and don't use his face. Like it's a very
I love that they went for it. I love that they went for it.
They went for it.
Yeah.
I don't think he did all the filming with the helmet on.
No, he gave a lot of credit to his stunt double.
Yeah, he was like the stunt double.
Yeah,
did a lot of
stunt double was out there killing it. That's probably. You know how much bread that is for the stunt double though, to do all that shit. That's a different.
Yeah, he did a lot
It's a
of
stunt
that
bump.
acting.
That's a crazy bump.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, sir.
Well, we should find out his name. I'm sure he's
I
done
didn't
a lot
even
of.
put it in the reference. I wish I would have had it in there.
I'm sure he's done a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
To even get that gig. So.
Yeah. Did I go to you?
Yeah,
What
I
do you
mean, it's look. I think you brought up a great point, and whether it's Serenity, Firefly, whether it's Cowboy Bebop, one of my favorite genres, two words ever put together is space western, and I think this was a quintessential. I mean, it's a bounty hunt. Like it could have been a Clint Eastwood movie. Like it really felt like that. And I think they did it. Do you guys ever think that? Like little brother properties, when they outshine the big movies or the big whatever, like I love when I see someone who maybe was trusted with something small, and like Harley Quinn was a perfect example. Like I'm sure it was so like an afterthought or something to the side,
because they gave them freedom,
and they give them, and then they end up giving them freedom to do things correctly, and then they just hit it out of the park. And that's always, I'm a big underdog fan, so I think that's
it goes to show that if you give an artist the liberty to create, they'll surprise you. And I feel like
if you give an artist the liberty to create,
and
if people make the projects that they want to see, and if they make the projects that they love.
Did you know about how the Mandalorian started? Like
how it came about?
Yeah, how it came about. No. Jon Favreau literally wrote the first 4 episodes.
Wow.
Before he just started writing it.
Just as like a spec.
Yeah, just like a spec.
That's amazing.
And he
that's always the best
and
stuff.
it's and he wrote those first 4 episodes and like was like, well, I want to do the show, and they approved it, and you know,
It helps if you're Jon Favreau.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
what
also
do you
helps,
tell
you
Jon
know.
Favreau, who essentially kicked off the MCU?
he's the godfather of MCU. Yeah.
You tell him,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing like that even is still
Honorable mention, Blade. Sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
That's still
Yeah.
yes.
True.
That shows you like like when there's the love for it, it shows.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, if you like the project, and if you look, no amount of research and study and prep can replace falling in love with something organically. And I think if you're doing the projects for the things that you want to see and the things that you care about, you have a built-in expertise that you can't replicate that.
Yeah.
And I think The Mandalorian is that's how I felt about Watchmen. It was like a fan made it, and it made fans happy. Some fans happy.
Yeah, this Star Wars, I haven't seen anybody like complain about any parts of this Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Not even the pacing, like
Of this series.
yeah, you just had so many like dope little Easter egg guest stars, like Jason Sudeikis when he was one of the stormtroopers punching Baby Yoda, and like you're just like, oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Taika, is like a recurring voice on the show.
Yeah,
Like,
I love the episode with the young bounty hunter trying to take him in.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
That young bounty hunter.
He's somebody, right?
He's somebody's
yeah.
son.
His what's his name? I wrote it here actually.
Somebody's son.
Oh my God, where is it? Sorry. Here we go. There it is. It's Jake Cannavale. That's his name. The name of the bounty hunter was.
Oh, that's what's his name's. Son.
Yeah.
It's from Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah. The name of the bounty hunter was Toro Calican. Yeah.
Who from Boardwalk?
Oh my gosh. I can't remember.
His last name is Cannavale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor's
Bobby?
name.
Bobby Cannavale.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry, Bobby.
That's
Cannavale.
crazy.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's his son. That's his son.
I'm not
Database.
the database. I don't know.
No, I put that in there. I remember checking the day that it came out.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's dope. See, I'm still getting joy out of
The funny thing is like
ways.
he did a good job in the action department on that, but I feel like that was the only character that took me out of it because he was so sort of bro-y about the whole thing, and it did take me out of it made me feel like, oh, we're in a Star Wars movie. It didn't make me feel like
I think
it didn't immerse me as much. I don't know. I think it was his attitude, but not that he was bad. It was just something about the way he read his lines that kind of came off as like, hey, I just stepped off.
Well, that's an interesting. I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but I think I enjoyed that, and it didn't bother me as much. The same way Bill Burr, where it's like the Star Wars universe is as extensive as our universe, so you're gonna have very
people.
normal
Yeah.
characters that just happen to be able to like zip from planet to planet.
Yeah.
So I think I actually enjoyed that from his character.
Yeah. What I liked about that episode is that we went back to Tatooine.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't seen Tatooine since episode 4, since the first
4.
movie. So we saw like Mos Eisley empty because before there was like overrun by
And
stormtroopers
he was sitting in the same spot
as Han. Yeah. I thought that was great.
Oh, what? Can't believe we didn't bring this up. Nolte.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I have spoken.
I have
I
spoken.
have
Oh
spoken.
my God,
I've been
like-
saying that since the show.
Like,
There's
Came out hard.
man, when I heard, because I knew Nick Nolte was in this, because I remember when they showed the casting, but when Nick Nolte's voice came out of that character, I was like, oh, there we go.
So
now
dope.
it makes sense. One of the most compassionate, sweet, but still very hardened characters in this whole. I was so sad when he got shot down.
for sure.
Yeah.
That was a
Man.
bummer of a scene.
And
Yeah.
the way they showed it,
Yeah.
kind of like the aftermath, it was just shot so
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, his character, even in the beginning where when they're first like trading and they take his ship.
Yeah.
Good show.
And it's the tragic thing about it too is like he talks about that he was a slave most of his life.
Yeah.
And
He just wanted some peace.
Yeah, he just wanted some
He
peace.
just wanted to relax.
Yeah.
He was trying to chill.
That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to chill.
What is the next Star Wars show?
October?
Obi-Wan.
Wait, I thought Mandalorian second season's
Oh,
coming out.
is that what's going to be the next?
Yeah,
that's
it comes
October
out this year. Yeah, but the
don't know.
next different show is going to be the
Oh
Obi-Wan
yeah,
show. Yeah.
isn't Obi-Wan next year?
Obi-Wan show. Okay. Yeah, it's next
Yeah.
year.
By the
Well,
time-
they just that's
by the
kind
time
of
we
a
look
decent-
up, everything's gonna
They
be
delayed
popping.
it a little bit.
Is it still Favreau or who's?
Well, it's I don't know if it's still Favreau, but I know it's being directed by the whole Obi-Wan series is being directed by Deborah Chow,
Okay.
who directed 2 of the best episodes of The Mandalorian. She directed the one where all the bounty hunters see that Baby Yoda is still alive, and
Yeah.
you see that moment in the cantina where all the little like
The lights,
the
the set-
fobs
the-
start
yeah.
lighting up. She directed that one, and I think episode 7. But she's directing the whole Obi-Wan series. So
Cool.
yeah.
Hey, I'm not mad at it. We get Ewan McGregor back.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some other, other elements of the.
I feel like they just said who the villain is or whatever for that show, but I didn't recognize the character. It looked like for a book villain or something.
Oh, for the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Or for Obi-Wan.
What else? There's
for Obi-Wan.
For Obi-Wan.
My bad.
What else? There's like so many. There's like a lot of good actors in this, like Giancarlo Esposito as
Yeah.
like the big
How about
villain.
that Darksaber?
Oh my goodness, that's
Ming-Na Wen's episode was dope.
She was great. Oh, by the way, sorry, I know we're jumping around a lot, but do you guys remember like the end of that episode where she's, I guess, spoilers, supposedly she's dead, and somebody walks up to her body, and we hear the same sound effects that Boba Fett sound effects that we hear in Empire Strikes Back. Walking up to her, we hear the spurs, we hear this little whistling noise, and it cuts away. They never reveal who it is.
No. What episode is that? I'm gonna go back to that.
Remember?
I don't remember
Well,
that.
the one we're talking about when they go back to Tatooine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bounty.
And when we see Ming-Na Wen's character like as a sniper.
Yeah.
And I think she fights the Mandalorian and she dies or something, or they shoot her. And at the very end of the episode, like somebody walks up to her body and we only see their feet with a cape. And we hear the same Boba Fett sound
I don't
effects.
remember that.
Well, bro, I gotta go back to that.
Oh my
one.
goodness!
That's
So
amazing.
so they never. Everybody thought that they were going to reveal it at the end, but the rumor is that it might be Boba Fett because we're on Tatooine.
Bro.
We hear the same sound effects.
Please, season 2,
Yeah.
Boba Fett comes back to
I'm
claim
with
his
it.
mantle as
I'm
like
with
the.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how you top.
I'm
season one
surprised
of
you guys
Mandalorian.
didn't. You guys don't remember that.
You bring back the.
That was a
you,
big-
You bring back the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
This is the way.
This
So,
is the
yeah,
way. This
yeah.
is the way.
You bring the man back.
Let's talk. By the way, let's talk about this, like just the Mandalorians in general. Like one of my favorite things about this series, which is the first couple episodes, when they show just how on the run and hidden the Mandalorian warriors are. Like, they're like in an underground society.
Yeah, they're
kind of thing.
completely.
And shout out to Emily Swallow, who plays the armorer, the one who builds this.
Yeah.
Because she did a fantastic job just setting the lore, explaining to the audience while also explaining to the Mandalorian. It just like, and her voice is fantastic.
And then
So
she just went out like a G.
oh my god!
Yeah, all straight.
Fighting with the
Yeah.
tools that
Yeah.
she used.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing! She's
So
coming
dope.
back for season 2. by
I
the way.
hope so.
But how do you guys feel about that? Us showing like a different, like we grew up with the Jedi, knowing that the
Yeah.
Jedi are society. Now we're gonna go into this new era, showing the Mandalorians and that kind of thing. What do you guys?
I thought it was dope. The Mandalorians are like badass Amish people. Like you can't find them. Like they don't want you to find them.
Yeah.
But if you do, like
You better.
you lucked
Yeah.
out. Like so, I love their. Well, that one episode, where first they were getting ready to fight him, because he like blew up the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then they all came and like saved
And
him.
rescued
they
him.
had his
It was like-
back.
They showed the jetpacks and everything.
Yeah, and you can literally hear everybody in their helmets like,
Yeah.
here we go.
I love the whole show. My one
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
thing,
God.
and you just reminded me, the one thing
Everything has flaws.
I
Let's hear
did
it.
not like was
You're wrong.
no, I'm not. Where they saluted. Where
Oh, at the end.
yeah,
You know what it reminded me of? The Rocketeer. You remember the Rocketeer?
that was my one. I was like,
Really
I was like-
nitpicking.
I was like, not really. Like that was it was very out of place.
But you don't feel like it's in the spirit of the show. The show's already like super
No
like.
one's ever saluted. Like they don't even
Well-
salute in the.
Well, to be fair, so I've been watching a lot of Clone Wars lately because I want to follow like this like storyline of the Mandalorians and Mandalore, and a lot of them are part of this elite group, which are all like very military. So I think this character, I don't remember exactly who. I don't remember if that's the character that's voiced by Jon Favreau, the one that's flying or whatever. But I think his relative is in the Clone Wars, and he's part of like one of these military groups. So, it kind of makes sense, I guess.
That bothered me.
Who voiced
That was the only
the
thing. Just the
android?
IG-11?
Yeah.
Taika.
Taika Waititi.
Oh, that was Taika. Oh,
That was
yeah,
Taika.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
Taika.
Sorry.
That was
Yeah,
Taika.
yeah, sorry.
You don't-
Um, What else?
Dude, solid
Any
show.
other nitpicks?
No,
that's it.
that was just-
Okay, so like I feel like we've been talking about this without mentioning, like I said, the New Hope, which is the child,
Yes.
also known as Baby Yoda. How do you guys feel about this new addition to the culture, the pop culture kind of space and Star Wars lore? What do you guys feel about
I
this?
feel like that's one of those things where the internet's already let you know
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
important
The internet ran
the
with
child
it.
is. Like, I don't think we need to drive the point home how amazingly like
Impactful.
adorable like
Yeah.
he was, and like you saw how cool like when they had their like don't touch this, like let me put you back in your thing. They had like a cool dynamic. Stay here. It's like,
Yeah.
but it almost had like that buddy cop thing. Like,
Yeah.
He
And-
just kept him in the broom closet.
yeah. And he would end up coming out saving him. Like, you needed me.
Yeah.
But you know, of course,
Yeah.
nothing happens to the child. or
Throughout
else people
all-
riot.
Yeah, exactly.
Throughout all TV and film, there's not a lot of adorable badass babies.
Adorable, badass babies. Yeah,
So
that's
I
great.
think that's gonna collect a fandom
Yeah,
that is very, very unique.
yeah.
And I
50-year-old.
think and playing with the age and the
Yeah.
time thing, brilliant.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. Even not knowing that, like, oh, he's 50 years old.
Yeah,
Before we knew what it was.
Yeah.
And then like looking for the bounty, and then realizing that they age differently. So
Yeah.
it's a fun little challenge on like perspective. Like you don't even really know what you're looking for. And then how powerful he is, which puts into perspective how powerful Yoda is as an adult.
Yeah.
Because this baby is just
Yeah.
fucking shit up left and
Yeah.
right whenever he feels like it.
Right.
So yeah, it was,
And you know what's interesting? I know we're here at Sideshow, and the child isn't here with us, which I wish it would. But the moment they revealed, in episode 1 that it was Baby Yoda, I think I might have texted you guys. I'm like, Sideshow is definitely making a life-size
sure.
version
Yeah,
of it.
that contract was already probably signed, man. They
Yeah.
probably-
The contract was already signed,
I
probably.
think it was already being molded.
Yeah, right.
So who do you guys who wins? Baby Groot or Baby Yoda?
Oh,
Cuteness
Baby
and
Yoda.
cuteness.
Baby Yoda, man.
Oh,
Baby
cuteness?
Yoda.
I'm still going.
Baby
with,
Groot.
I'm going with Baby Groot.
Baby Groot,
Yoda.
man.
Go with
Where is-
Baby Groot.
No,
I thought there
Baby-
was a Baby Groot in here.
Did you guys? Speaking of like also recent things, did you guys see the Super Bowl commercial with the baby Mr. Peanut?
No.
No, we're not gonna go there.
No, we're not. But like, there was like a joke that's there was like
Yep,
somebody
right
posted.
on David
Yep.
Clock.
Yep.
Right on
Well,
time.
no, the joke was that like a lot of these everybody's in the baby business because there's
Yeah.
even a baby Sonic in the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Is there?
Yeah, there's. I mean, saw it in like one of the trailers or whatever. It was like a baby Sonic. Everybody's trying to get into.
Babies are hot this year.
Yeah, badass
Babies are so
babies.
in.
Babies are in. So
Yeah.
hey, have a baby.
Yeah.
Baby Groot started this cute baby business. Just want to let it be known. He started this.
What was a cute baby before Groot? Nobody. We'll get back to
The
you.
Yeah.
Muppet babies.
Oh yeah, probably it.
The one from Dinosaurs.
No, that baby.
Oh
was
yeah,
ugly.
there you go.
That baby was ugly.
I mean,
Not the mama.
Yeah.
dinosaurs. Wow, good reference.
Wow, that's a callback.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the Mandalorian? There was like so many. I feel like
Solid, man.
We loved it. Watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it,
Very
I don't
good.
know why not.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
It's such a welcome lane.
yeah,
Go nuts.
yeah,
Yeah, it was solid.
yeah. I mean, we're excited to see where it goes from here. Like more adventures. Next, and moving on. So I put on here first impressions of the new Galaxy's Edge ride, Rise of the Resistance.
None of us been.
Out of all of us, only
What?
Jazen's been on it. Jazen, just give us some thoughts.
Our resident ride tester, Jazen with the weather.
Okay.
Give us some thoughts.
It was good.
It was real
Right
good.
sideways.
It go rain. But,
Thank you, Jazen.
no, if you're a Star Wars fan, this pays so much fan service to you. Like, and I'm not even gonna begin to tell you. Like, if anything that I say would be a spoiler, and that's just not my way of
Yeah.
life. But I will tell you, if you ever wanted to see a life-size AT-AT, get on that ride,
Okay.
and that's just gonna blow your mind.
Oof.
You see the AT-ATs, and you're just like,
Because it's in the marketing material. Like,
like-
it's on the billboards and everything. So, yeah.
So it's not a spoiler, but like
Yeah.
when you see it, you're just like, oh my god.
Okay.
Like this is and the animatronic. Yeah, there's just.
Yeah.
was
they put a lot into it.
How was getting on the ride? Because I've been reading and seeing that it's a unique experience.
It's a nightmare.
So
you have to get there super early, as if you're waiting for some off-whites to drop. And then you gotta get,
So there's a chance you don't get on.
yeah, and there's a chance you don't get on,
Okay.
and you get a boarding group, and your boarding group can either be 8 a.m. or they can really get you and be like 3:30. So you just got to Disneyland dumbass early, right? You gotta get there
you
to
could leave
3:30.
But you could leave and then,
Yeah, but then like
leave the line.
when your boarding group is in, and then you do the whole
But
thing.
it's like, first of all, it's an escapade to just get into Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because you got to take a tram from the parking lot. You can't just like walk to your car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a
But the thing is that
Inconvenient.
like you got to make sure that the ride is operational. So if
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't get a morning time,
I heard it breaks down.
if you don't get a morning time, may the odds be ever in your favor.
This is the way.
This is the way.
But yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely it's the best. If that ride is any indication of what we're gonna get for the Marvel Land,
Oh yeah.
we're about to be.
Yeah.
It's about to be
Fantastic segue.
crazy.
Great segue.
Like it's about to be crazy
Yeah.
over there.
Fantastic segue. This leads us right into News Bites. I didn't put this on there, but it's a great topic of discussion about the Marvel Land that's coming out this year at Disney's California Adventure. For those who've been watching most of Disney Plus content, there is a series. It's like an Imagineering story, right?
Imaginary
Yeah.
story.
Where in one of the later episodes they show them testing a flying robot, like it's swinging robot, whatever, like that poses. And a lot of us we're very curious because some of the poses were very familiar. And last week, Disneyland and Disney posted on their Instagram a flying Spider-Man, which
Yeah, buddy.
hopefully in the land there's going to be an actual swinging, web-slinging Spider-Man that flies over you.
Can you imagine just having a
I
hot,
can't
a
even-
hot dog and a soda, and then like
Spider-Man?
flying over you. Doctor Strange is taking pictures,
And then
You
eventually,
got-
hopefully, within our lifetime,
That-
a ride where we're swinging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be the real ride.
I feel
That's,
like
that's going to be the main
Yeah,
ride.
that's gonna be the. I think you
But
not like swinging.
I want to see
swinging,
how.
Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, I want to swing on some shit.
So we're excited for that for this year. That's definitely going to be here before we even notice. So,
Oh, it's coming in the summer.
yeah.
So
Well, speaking of Disney Plus, let's talk about this trailer that got shown during the Super Bowl showing the big Marvel shows.
Julian was right.
Julian, what'd you think?
Julian was right.
Always right.
Again,
Julian's always right. That's going to be on a shirt, by the way. Julian was
he
right.
said we were gonna get Speed and Wiccan, and if you
got
stop it at a certain frame when they're
Young
in
Avengers,
like if they're
they're
in
coming.
the I think it's like the '90s Home Improvement type show,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that there's two bassinets, and then there's like there's
two
like
cribs.
two
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
yeah,
There's
there's
two
two.
cribs.
I didn't notice. I didn't understand what
There's
you-
like two
yeah.
pacifiers that
flip up
that
in
flip
there.
up in
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So then you're
Wiccan-
just like,
Wiccan and
okay,
Speed.
Wiccan and Speed.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That's
Damn.
amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just dissecting that whole little
Yeah.
trailer,
Yeah.
like the WandaVision show looks
Yeah.
amazing.
That looks
yeah,
great.
White Vision.
Huh?
We're gonna get White Vision in that one.
What do you mean?
Right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That shit's gonna be hard.
That-
not like White Vision.
I was like, he's been white the whole time.
But, yeah, like,
The references in that are amazing, and it's like they show pretty much sitcoms from every era.
there was literally like Roseanne,
Yeah.
Full House.
and like Full House and Home Improvement, and looked like the Dick Van Dyke Show,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's only 6 episodes, so I feel like every episode is going to.
It's gonna be a
Yeah,
little
it's gonna be
movie.
like
Yeah.
I feel like
So dope.
So some people were trying to figure out what style the one where she's wearing the Halloween costume that looks like the Scarlet Witch
I
costume.
feel like that's on some.
I feel like it's more modern, right? I think like it's gonna be like on Modern Family or
Modern
something.
Family type
Okay,
thing.
I was gonna say it might have been like. Well, you're kind of right.
Yeah,
But I was gonna say like I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched,
Yeah.
right.
maybe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks crazy. Even the Falcon Winter Soldier show.
That one's first up.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait for that show. It looks so good.
that opening shot of like Sam throwing the shield, like practicing with the
Yeah.
shield, that was cool.
It
I
takes.
enjoyed
It
that.
looks like it takes a lot for him to.
Yeah. Question,
He had to do a whole
question for
360
you,
to get that off.
Julian. Question for you in the comics: does he ever get a super soldier serum
No.
at all in the comics?
No, he literally just has wings in the
Oh,
shield.
okay.
and
Okay.
That's what he's working with.
He's
I lo-
shot.
I love that scene where Bucky is like pointing the gun at Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
And the bullets are just falling.
Emptying the clip,
I feel,
metaphorically.
You know what I think he's doing right there? I think I think Zemo is trying to like go and
use those like passwords
those
and
words.
stuff. Yeah.
I think that Buck, it would be tight. Like if Bucky, like he's dropping him and he's literally saying the words like that. That just don't work. Like and he's literally saying all the words.
Yeah, that looks great. Like, and another one that it was very blink and you'll miss it. It was a shot of Loki.
Yeah.
So I read somewhere that the logo on his jumpsuit is like TVA or something.
TVA, which is time something associate. They're like time cops who like stop people from doing
like supernatural.
That's so cool.
Basically, like from messing with
The
timelines, and that's what basically Loki's doing. I think that's what Owen Wilson's character is going to be.
He's going to be like an officer, like a time
probably
cop?
like an officer.
That's hilarious. That banter already is something I'm laughing at.
I can't wait.
Wow.
How'd you get yourself here, Frank?
Mind you, yes, if you guys didn't know, Owen Wilson is going to be casted in the Loki TV show.
But they haven't said who he is.
Said who
that's
being.
what we're speculating.
That's so funny. Good banter.
What other? I mean, I'm trying to think of like all those moments because it was a very quick trailer.
It was quick.
But I mean,
we covered all.
Even though there was a shot of the back of U.S. Agent.
Yeah. Okay. So explain who that is because I honestly don't know who
U.S. Agent. That's John Walker. So basically, he is the government's version of Captain America, and he's nothing like Steve Rogers. He's kind of like he's not a bad guy. But he's more of just like a
conservative.
No,
he's the other side of the aisle, Captain America.
He's like a jock.
We just got a dislike.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like a jock. He's really like a jock.
If they got this far.
He basically he's like he works for the government.
Yeah.
He does what the government tells him, and he's more of like just a jock. He doesn't really
think for himself.
Yeah, he's not
he
like
follows orders, but not in the best way possible. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's basically
And why did they bring him in? Because Captain America disappeared in this universe. Like they.
Well, no, I think what they're gonna do is like Captain America's gone. He gave the shield to Falcon.
Yeah.
And I think pretty much what the show's probably gonna be is like the government is going to be like,
we don't want a black Captain America.
I don't think they're gonna say we don't want a black.
They're not gonna say that. They're gonna say that.
I mean, it would be interesting if they did.
That would be if they dove into that. That would just like be so interesting. Them diving into that topic.
I would actually be impressed.
But it would be interesting. But I think it's basically the government going to be saying, no, we're going to appoint who the next Captain America. Because if you think about it, like after Endgame, like the Accords are probably still around.
Yeah,
they probably still own like the Captain America show. They're like, we're going to we're going to appoint our Captain America.
Yeah, but Captain America never signed the Accords.
True.
Yeah,
that's true. But I still feel like they think like, no, we're gonna appoint our.
Speaking of the Accords, and I know it's not on here, but with Black Widow coming out this year as well, and we're gonna see General Ross in it. I wonder if they're gonna dive deeper into like the Accords and like even more.
I have a theory about that too. Like with
let's talk about it. Let very briefly because that was another commercial that came out.
Yeah, with the U.S. agent. I feel like what's going to happen is what's his name? General Ross.
General Ross, yes.
I think they're gonna introduce either the Thunderbolts, which is his appointed like own Avengers team.
Okay, yeah.
And that consists of like Winter Soldier or U.S. agent and like Black Widow, but a different Black Widow might be
the sister.
Florence Pugh.
Might be Florence.
She's
Pugh.
great. She's hot right now. Like she's like on her.
She's hot right now.
I mean, no, but you know what I mean. Like she's definitely like at that point where like, oh, this is gonna be like the next step for her to be in like a superhero thing. Yeah.
But I think they're basically. I think we're gonna get Young Avengers, and they're gonna form a government-appointed Avengers team, which ends up being the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great like next sort of phase for all of us. I'm excited for that. Let's talk about other things happening in the Marvel Universe. So news came out yesterday that Sam Raimi is in talks to possibly directing Doctor Strange 2.
Amazing.
Yeah, do
wow.
it.
Please make it happen.
Talk about a surprise.
I would love that.
Man.
I feel like he's perfect with
his
Multiverse of Madness. That's right up his genre. What did he say?
No, who was the original?
Scott Derrickson.
I will say that Sean Dickerson, and that's like
Shout out to Sean. Shout out to Sean Dickerson.
It's your episode, big dog.
It rhymes.
Oh, man. But no,
Either or, they can get Sean.
Sam Raimi, that's gonna be because he already has like that
Horror
background,
and it's a very like, because I don't know if you guys seen Drag Me to Hell, which was like his last horror film that he did. It's scary, but it still has that very fun element to it. Like it's very like something that I feel could work in the Marvel universe, because I feel like Scott Derrickson's style is a little bit grittier. Like he obviously went a little bit, I don't want to say safe, but it was a little bit more it wasn't
mainstream.
It was more mainstream, the original Doctor Strange. I feel like this one he was going to get free range to just go full horror.
And that's kind of what I'm excited about. Is I'm hoping that we really get to tap into like the elegance and like the playerness of Doctor Strange while still being in this like horror genre.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of room for that character to even be more enjoyable.
Yeah, this movie's gonna be so crazy.
Jason's gonna say something nefarious.
David,
What's up?
you just said that Drag Me to Hell was a good movie.
It was fun.
I'm gonna need you to go take that seat over there, over in that corner, and think about what you just did. Okay?
I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't know.
No, that movie was terrible.
But
It was like she spit on a button and like you can go to hell, bro.
But that's what I'm talking about. The horror.
He was very careful to say fun, not good.
It was fun, yeah. It was like that's the kind of horror that he does. If you look back on like the Evil Dead and all
Put
that
a
stuff.
button.
Or even if you look at the scenes from
a sweater
As soon as David said it, Jason like locked in on what he's about to say next.
Yeah.
And he was like just waiting for his turn to speak. Like I'm gonna
Take
get
a
you.
sweater.
even the scenes in Spider-Man 2 with the when Dr. Octopus was being made.
Oh yeah.
That was a very like kind of a scary.
Yeah, it was scary, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with the shadows on the wall, like all that. Yeah.
It'll be tight.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, just staying on the topic of Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
they also said the character Miss America Chavez is supposed to be introduced in this,
Oh, okay.
which would make a lot of sense. Another young Avenger.
Yeah.
And she has that power to like go through different dimensions,
Oh, okay.
dimensions, but different timelines. And
I'm so excited to see like this play on the multiverse, and I didn't put this on here, but like Morbius trailer came out like like a month ago or 2 months ago, whatever, which hinted at like finally the Spider-Man universe and Sony is merging with the Marvel universe. So I mean, we're not gonna get into it. We're not gonna get into it.
I don't know if you heard that sound.
We're not gonna get into
Julian
it,
just made.
but it's very exciting to see how big and massive this universe is gonna get. More so than it already is.
Yeah.
I want to see in Doctor Strange. I want to see Tobey Maguire show up as like Spider-Man since they're jumping from different.
Yeah, I want to
spots.
see a moment. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I just want to see a moment. Yeah,
That would be
Multiverse.
dope.
yeah.
Anything's
dope.
possible.
Anything's
Multiverse
possible.
it up. You think we're gonna see Blade in Morbius?
That would be
In the multiverse? I don't know.
In Morbius.
Oh, Morbius?
Oh, Morbius. No. Yeah, y'all think this Sony
Y'all gonna
stuff's
see-
really about to be connected? I
I mean, Michael Keaton's is right in the trailer.
Yeah,
I know we're gonna
I
see
bet
Blade.
you. Kevin Feige was looking at that trailer like, wait.
Somebody got fired for using that. It was like cut
wait,
from.
hold on.
It was like cut from Spider-Man, and they're like, "Oh, you can't use that."
And so he was like, yes, we can.
They're gonna put Michael Keaton on the poster.
That's so. Funny.
Morbius and Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
He's gonna have like a name that sounds like it. Like it's
Michael
not Vulture. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like
It's Michael Mead.
Volteri.
It's like the desert
Condor.
The desert bird.
Condor.
Condor would be
Winged
great.
Birdman.
Bird. All right,
Birdman.
let's move on.
More Disney
We have
Plus.
more stuff?
Yeah, just one more thing. This is just very quick. I know we're almost out of here. We're almost done. Disney Plus tidbit. There's going to be a Mighty Ducks series. Obviously, we talked about this in previous episodes.
Yeah.
Gordon Bombay.
But it came out that
Quack.
Emilio Estevez
Quack.
is
Quack. Quack.
Y'all take this.
Quack. 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 Quack.
There you go.
Good.
But yeah, Emilio Estevez is reportedly coming back to Gordon Bombay's character.
Tight.
Where's Emilio Estevez been?
He's
for
been
the past-
directing.
Chilling.
Oh, is that
his
where-
brother
Yeah,
and
he's
his-
just been
his
directing.
brother
He
and his
direct-
father rich as hell, so they just probably Venmo each other.
The
I
same
mean-
amounts.
I mean, Charlie Sheen was
back and
raking in that like CBS money. So.
Yeah.
And his dad definitely has West Wing residuals. So.
For sure.
No, but
what's
he's
what's
been
the most you could Venmo? Do you know?
What's Assassins when they?
no, but to be fair, he's been directing. He's been
Get 50
directing.
grand real quick.
He just had a movie that came out, I think, might have been 2 years ago about like a library. He was like he played a librarian, but he directed.
Oh, that's tight.
I
Move
would
on.
like them to bring back a lot of the characters from the original Mighty Ducks. Like, what's
Keenan Thompson.
No, I was thinking more of.
Don't say Goldberg, man.
Foggy.
No,
I was about to say, man, he
probably.
my man's going through
Yeah,
it.
no, but anyway.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Foggy.
Foggy would be good.
Foggy and
The Bash Brothers.
Bash Brothers, yeah.
Dawson.
Brothers.
Yeah, the Bash Brothers.
Dawson's Creek guy.
Joshua Jackson.
Joshua
Joshua
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah, bring
Where
them
is
all
he?
back.
Yeah, he's doing The Affair. He does like dramatic like shit. Like
Yeah.
he's been on The Affair for like I don't know 8 years.
Adult
I
stuff.
remember he wanted to play Batman.
Adult shows.
He wanted to play Batman for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother.
Didn't we
Pandora's
all?
box.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm excited for this. I just want like if they're gonna show us a new generation and him and Emilio Estevez's character, Gordon Bombay, kind of mentoring these kids, that'd be fantastic.
I feel
Or-
like he's just gonna be the dude sharpening the skates.
Oh,
Oh, he's gonna be the new Hans.
The new
yeah,
Hans.
yeah. Maybe.
He's just running the shop, and then there's gonna be a new coach that comes to him for advice. It's gonna be Josh Jackson as a coach for
Yeah.
a
Oh,
new
that's
set
cool.
of kids,
Yeah.
and then Emilio
I'm with
Estevez.
that.
So it's gonna be like a Force Awakens of Mighty
Exactly.
Ducks.
That's cool.
And then you're gonna find out that Josh Jackson's grandfather was
I'm
Palpatine.
very excited.
Yeah.
about
Print
it.
it. Let's do it.
I love Mighty Ducks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm with it.
Mighty Ducks Extended Universe. I'm with it.
We're excited for it. All right, I think that does it for our show today. It was a very massive show. We had a lot to catch up with, but hopefully you stayed with us until now. Please visit our website, cooltablepodcast.com. Find us on Stitcher, Spotify,
Instagram.
Apple Podcasts, Instagram, at Cool Table Podcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And please comment.
Rate and review.
Respond if you agree with anything we said. We've had a few people arguing, which is fun. Which
Yeah.
is what I like. If you don't like some shit I said, you're more than welcome.
Give us the smoke. That's what we want.
Yeah, all smoke welcome. And then we're happy to be here. We're also going to be going back and forth between here and Heartbeat Studios. So shout out Kevin Hart and that team for welcoming us. So you'll be able to see
Yeah,
episodes
I was gonna do that.
of us on both sides. And also we wanted to
Yeah, thanks the good folks at Sideshow for this Star Wars Collecting a Galaxy: The Art of Sideshow book. Like, we can give you just a quick.
it's No the Child, but I
Yeah.
appreciate
It's not-
Oh, and funny enough, I open up on
you
the page
open
of
right
Yoda.
to Yoda.
There we go.
But yeah,
So,
thank you for
this
that,
is-
you guys. This is
And
dope.
these guys do this here. Like, this is a lot of the you see. a
Like
lot
they
of
shoot all those
staging,
photographs
like,
here, and
yeah,
it's
just
beautiful
a-
stuff. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
the amount
Sideshow.
of work that goes into the stuff they do for the collectibles
Yeah.
is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do a better job of showing you guys
Yeah.
a little more of what goes on here.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the Sideshow Extended Universe has been insane.
Yeah,
Extended
yeah.
universe.
If you guys
I
could
like
only
that.
see some of the
Yeah,
stuff that's
you've
on
only,
there.
you've only seen the
Y'all
tip
don't
of
even
the
understand
iceberg.
this gauntlet right here that's like always lit up. It is just so amazing, and one day I'm gonna put it on.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Definitely not allowed to put it on.
Like we enjoyed today. We loved today. We still wish we would have met the child, but we know we appreciate everything you guys have done.
Can we
And
make
yeah,
that call? Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
can we
cool.
talk about that? Maybe we'll do that after this.
yeah, afterward.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to McDonald's
Yeah.
and then come back. And
Yeah,
do it,
okay, cool.
Okay, cool. Just setting
All
that
right,
up.
cool.
So that it's not too weird.
So Nerds at the Cool Table, follow us, listen to us, rate and review us, and till next time.
Godspeed.